it's Ticky's Trinkets here, and today I have for y'all another polymer clay tutorial. I'm sorry this particular tutorial took me so long to upload, but about the time you are watching this, it's been almost 2 weeks, almost about a week and a couple of days. I had a car accident, and I'm fine, and the other people were fine. I was just a good bit shaken up, and it was a lot of emotional stuff, and I know you don't want to hear everything about my life, but that's why I was so late on uploading this video. But on a bright side, it's okay. We're going to be able to move on. It's my fiance's birthday this weekend, so yay! Happy birthday to him. He turns 25. I am older. I just turned 26 in December, if you don't know that. And yeah. Anyways, let's start talking about the sculpture. That's enough chit-chat, shall we? This is another one of my brand-inspired This is another one of my brand-inspired creatures. This is it's still wet from the glazing. I haven't let it dry. I'm impatient. This is the Lays-inspired bunny rabbit. And I did a floppy-eared bunny rabbit. I actually have never done a floppy-eared rabbit before, but I think he just came out so cute. And the Lay's chip is pretty much actual size, like if you were holding a Lay's chip, like, yeah, that's pretty true to size, depending on the chip. I also gave it a few curls and wrinkles, as you can see, because Lay's chips are not very even, and I tried to make it as thin as I possibly could. And then I thought the back was a little bit plain, so you'll see at the end of me painting this with the white and the red here. Sorry, my allergies are acting up and my sinuses are killing me. And I just wanted to add a few like fur pattern spots to the back of it to just make it more interesting. His thighs, however, have the Lay's logo on them. Not with the word Lay's, because, you know, trying not to get in trouble with these brands, if you know what I mean. I want it to be subliminal, like instead of Cheetos, cheese puffs. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't want nobody angry. But anywho, I think it just came out so cute, and I painted the base white because, you know, the Lay's logo is red, yellow, black, white. Very little black on the bag, though, but I still wanted it to match the other ones, which was the Lay's rabbit, the Cheeto dragon, and then the Doritos lion, which this is my favorite lion that I've ever done because of the claws. I love doing claws. They're just a pain in the butt. Oh my god. But I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial as much as I do, and I'm really happy to get back into this, and hopefully I'll be posting more frequently on Instagram too. So if you're not following me there, why aren't you? And if you're following me on Instagram, why aren't you subbing on YouTube? Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet next week, but hopefully I'll put it up in my YouTube announcement on my page. If not, I will when I decide. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I can't even do my own outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Let's get into this. Bye-bye, my bunnies. For this tutorial, you're going to need the following colors: red, yellow, and white. And I used Primo for the red because that's all I had, but you can just use any shade of red from any carrier. Primo, Sculpey, whatever you have. First, we're going to start with the yellow and pre-roll all the balls that we need, which is this. And then we're going to start with the largest one in the middle, which I'm going to point at right here, just so you know exactly which one I'm talking about. And you can use my cutting board as like what do you call it? Not a thermometer, a ruler for size. I had a moment there. Then I rolled it into a teardrop shape and then cut the top off. Then I pressed it against the work surface so the bottom would also be flat. Next, I wanted the back to be kind of arched, so I used my X-Acto blade and just indented on the back of the back of the sculpture. I'm all over the place today. Next, I used a toothpick, oh my gosh, for stability. Just stick that into the torso piece. Next, we're going to go on to this ball right here, the second largest. This is going to be the bunny's head, which you're going to roll into an egg-like shape using the palm of both your hands. Then put it in one of your hands, your non-dominant hands, and using your dominant finger to press down to get this kind of concave look on the bunny's face. This would be the eye socket part. And next, I just put it on the torso piece with the concave part facing outward. And then we're going to go on to the smallest ball we had right here, which is going to be his tail. I say he, but I said it was a girl a minute ago, so I guess he's a little bit different. Maybe he's a trans rabbit, I don't know. He can't decide what he wants. Either way, I just cut off the little bit right here and put it on the back of the bunny. And next we're going to go on to his feet, which are going to be big old feet. So we're going to use these balls right here. That ring making a little cameo right there. Yeah, that's my bling. Yeah. Anyways, and I rolled these into about 1/2 inch long teardrop shapes. As you can see, they're a little bit longer, but I do cut them a little bit shorter. So about 1/2 inch long. Then I pressed them down flat with my fingers so that they still be kind of round on the top but flat on the bottom. Then using some kind of dotting tool or X-Acto blade just to indent 2 lines for the tootsies. And then just smush it really tight onto the torso piece. Next, we're going to use these 2 balls, the ones that were above it, to make his thighs. So all you have to do is use the palm of your hand to press down each one individually, and they'll be round on the top and flat on the bottom, just like this. And then just stick it on top of the feet and press it onto the torso. Perfect. Now we got thighs. Just that easy. I say easy, but this takes me a long time. Next, we're going to do his ears. So we're going to use these 2 balls at the top. We're going to skip his arms for now. And you're going to roll them into teardrop shapes. You can see how long they are using my ruler, mat, whatever you want to call it. My gosh. Then I just pressed them down in the very center with my X-Acto blade so they kind of make this rolled look. And then this pointed end, more narrow end, I stuck at the top of the head so it would look something like that. Next, I used the blending tool to blend the ears into the head at the very top. Now we're going on to the last 2 yellow balls. Again, this is going to be her arms. Now it's a her again. And we're going to roll these into long teardrop shapes. And then, just like I did with the feet and the thighs, just using your fingers, press down gently so that they'll be round on the top but flat on the bottom. I know my fingers look gross, my nails look bad, just ignore that. Then I just cut the tops off at a bias, which means slightly angled. I did cut these a little bit shorter, so, cut them a little bit shorter than that, about 1 inch long. And then I just bent them slightly and just pressed them onto the body, and I also indented the little fingers like I did the toes with the X-Acto blade. Once I got them how I liked, this was the position I stuck with. And I just wanted to show you guys, because I don't usually do this, but all the scrap clay that's not dirty or messed up, I put back into the pack, re-roll it, and just stick it back in there to use it for later. Now, if other colors bleed onto it, I put it in a scrap clay pile, which I use to make random stuff or inside pieces later, but I might talk about that more in a separate video, but I just wanted to show you guys that. Next, we're going on to the white, which we only need 1 ball. This is going to be the potato chip itself. I used this disc as a sizing thing, so I just rolled out the ball on top of the disc until it was about the same diameter as the disc itself. Then I used this dotting tool, or you can just use any poking tool, to dot texture all over the front and the back. Then I just put it on his paws, making sure it lined up perfectly, and I kind of bent it in a few places to make it look more authentic, like a chip. Next, I went on to the red color clay, which all you need is the nose. So I just take a small, itty-bitty pea-size amount, smaller than a pea, and using your index and thumbs, pinch it into a triangle shape. Then, after that, I just stuck the chip back on. I just took it off to make it easier. And then I stuck the eyes on, which are plastic acrylic beads, so these will come out before baking. Next, I got rubbing alcohol to clean off the entire bunny and the chip if there's anything dirty, but the chip was fine because I'm going to use chalk pastels over that anyways. Now the bunny's all nice and squeaky clean and not dirty or covered in dust and hair. Next, we're going to go on to some painting before we bake. I used this red acrylic paint to paint the inside of the ears. Next, before we baked, I also got soft chalk pastels and a paint palette, a paintbrush, and water. I put yellow and brown in 2 separate containers and then water in 2 separate containers and left 2 empty. And I just gently went back and forth between the water and the yellow and made the chip yellow, and then the water and the brown to make the edges brown on the front and the back here. I kept those other sides empty so I could sit the chip there. Next, once we get done with all that, I used a little bit of Loctite glue to glue his paws to the top of the chip and took out the eyes, and now we're ready to bake. I've baked for 350 degrees for 12 minutes in a gas oven, or you would do it for 9 minutes in an electric oven. Next, while he's baking, I used some white acrylic paint and painted the base white. If you're wondering where I get my paint from, I get it from Walmart in a giant paint set that comes for like $12 in the kids' paint section. But it's great. As long as you get acrylic paint, make sure you get acrylic. Don't get face paint. Next, once he's out of the oven and cooled off, I glued his eyes into his head, like so. After that dried for a few seconds, because Loctite glue doesn't take very long, I got the red paint back out, and we're going to go ahead and do polka dots for his freckle/whiskers. Next, we're going to paint on the logo onto his thighs. I didn't go in detail with it, but you could paint the word Lay's over that too with white paint. It's up to you, however you want to do it. But I just painted it on both sides. And I think I did the wave wrong on this side, but it's still cute. It doesn't matter. And here's where I decided the back looked too plain, so I used the red paint and the same dotting tool to dot spots for the red, and then spots for the white, just to make it a little more pleasing to the eye. Then after all that dries for at least a good 30 minutes, just to be thorough about it, I used E6000 and glued it down to the base, making sure the base was dry first too. After that dries for another 30 minutes, then I went and took this polyacrylic floor varnish I get from Walmart and glazed it with 2 coats of glaze, and then you guys are done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to be doing next week yet, but I will let you guys know in advance, hopefully. If not, just check in on Friday. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye, my bunnies.